Sean Diddy Combs celebrated his 55th birthday behind bars at the MDC. In addition to a call from his children, Combs enjoyed a breakfast cake for his first meal of the day and had a choice of pizza, salad, or pasta for dinner. The disgraced mogul turned a year older amidst a desperate battle to instate a gag order as more damaging claims emerged from complainants and witnesses. The latest allegation? That a grand jury witness is in possession of at least 8 of Diddy's sex tapes with A-list celebrities, some of them minors.
There's some controversy. Was it pasta or was it a grilled cheese? In any event, Sean Combs needs to stop whining about his breakfast and lunch menu at MDC Correctional Institute and start thinking about what the grand jury is doing. The feds, let me tell you, I was a fed for 3 years, love to do what we call a superseding indictment. What is that? That is when they add to the current indictment or revise, translation, change the current indictment. I mean, think about it. He's already under a federal indictment. So why is the grand jury continuing to meet? But back to the urgent issue of the grilled cheese and the birthday celebration. Joining me an all-star panel to make sense of what we know now, straight out to Rob Shooter, a longtime colleague, host of Naughty But Nice podcast, which can mean so many different things, but former publicist to Sean Combs and author of The 4-Word Answer. Very important. He was Combs's publicist for many years. He was also Jennifer Lopez's publicist, and he has attended many white parties. Okay, first question to you, and I'm honor-bound to ask this, Rob Shooter. When you say that you attended the white parties, number one, were you subjected to the requirements to attend a white party? In other words, did you weigh over 140 pounds? Did you wear a short dress where your, quote, butt cheeks show? Were you wearing stilettos? Were you, quote, sexy with a low-cut top? Because those are some of the requirements that had to be met before you could put one toe in a Diddy white party. Translation, you had to wear all white. Also, did you have to stand on a set of scales, which were right there as people were entering to make sure you weren't over 140 pounds? And were you subjected to an age request? Were you asked, how old are you? So if you could just clear the air right now and answer those questions, Shooter.
Let me be clear. So I worked with Diddy in the early 2000s, over 20 years ago, and he wasn't yet the Diddy that we know today. So he was still sort of figuring out who he was as a celebrity, as a businessman. And so the parties that I threw for Diddy, I was a publicist. I organized the press outside, the red carpet, something we call a step and repeat. Celebrities walk down and take pictures. Those parties were about 2,000 people. Now, there were codes of conduct. You had to wear just white. If you turned up in another color...
Wait, excuse me. Code of conduct? Are you serious? Code of conduct? You're acting like he's trying to get into the Naval Academy. A code of conduct? This is a dress code for women only. They had to show their breasts and their backside.
I never saw that list. What I saw was a list to get into the regular parties, the ones that started at about 10 o'clock, not the ones that started at 2 or 3 a.m. That's a very different party.
Okay, that's convenient, isn't it, that you knew nothing about the attendance requests. But that said, I'm afraid I'm pulling a Diddy right now. He's all worried about having to eat a grilled cheese sandwich on his birthday instead of the grand jury. Let's get down to what's happening right now. Other than whining about his treatment at MDC, Dr. Dwayne Hendricks is joining me, former associate warden at MDC, Metropolitan Detention Center, former senior warden with the U.S. Department of Justice, Federal Bureau of Prisons, founder, president of A New Daylight Foundation, and author of Who Are You? See It, Say It, and Seize It. Okay, Dr. Hendricks, was Diddy supposed to have a special birthday celebration behind bars?
No, Nancy. No. Not at all. As previously discussed, there's a national menu. What he ate on his birthday on Monday was on the menu. And again, I don't continue to understand why he's still complaining about meals when he's been there for well over going on 2 months now. So
Well,
I think,
hey,
yeah.
Dr. Hendricks, nobody offered me cereal, fruit, or breakfast cake, whatever that is. Nobody offered me pasta with marinara sauce, meatballs, and a salad. Really? Dinner, chicken or tofu with fried rice, black beans, and carrots. I have to go in the kitchen and cook dinner every night. And he's whining. He had chicken fried rice with black beans and carrots. Is this all about his grilled cheese? Or is it just the fact that he doesn't have his private chef anymore? So let me see Dr. Dwayne Hendricks again. Are you telling me the birthday boy did not get special treatment on his birthday?
The birthday boy did not get special treatment. He's being treated just like every other incarcerated person in the building. And I think the sooner that he understands that he's just going to be just like everyone else, the better off that he'll be in terms of him being at the institution while he's awaiting trial. So again, he has bigger fish to fry right now.
If the feds have their way, there's going to be a superseding indictment, and he's going to have to sit put for quite a while. Rob Shooter with me, former publicist to Sean Combs for many years, also served as Jennifer Lopez's publicist for a period of time. Rob Shooter, what meals did Diddy normally have with his private chef? What was on the menu at those white parties that you supervised?
He lived like a king, Nancy. I'd never seen anybody live like this. I worked with a lot of celebrities, and Diddy was the one that enjoyed being a celebrity the most. He liked the perks of it. We're talking lobster. We're talking Nobu. We're talking the best sushi in the world. He would click his fingers and have people deliver cheesecake to him in the early hours of the morning. What he has given up as far as his lifestyle, or what's been taken away from him as far as his lifestyle is concerned, is extraordinary. Nobody lived better than Diddy.
Did I hear you say something about snapping his fingers in the wee morning hours and getting cheesecake delivered?
He did. If you worked for Diddy, you worked for a tyrant. He was an absolute boss. He would text me at 4, 5, 6 a.m. in the morning and expect a response. It was a really stressful time. He taught me how to be a publicist. And the one thing about Diddy that I want to point out that people don't talk about enough is he was charming, Nancy. He was absolutely charming, which is why he probably got away with what he did for so long.
Well, I don't understand what's charming about getting a text at 4 a.m. To do what? What would he want you to do at 4 a.m.? Oh, guys, those are photos that have just emerged that indicate that certain alleged victims were with Diddy at the times they say they were. Their faces have been blacked out. Okay, what, Shooter? What would anybody want at 4 a.m. in the morning?
He wanted to figure out what his next day publicity would be. It was all about being the most famous person in the world with pretty limited talent. He's not the best singer or dancer or actor, but yet somehow he made himself into the center of a circus. It's almost like he was Barnum. He was the ringmaster of this circus that he ran. He was the boss.
I still don't understand exactly why he would text you at 4 o'clock in the morning and how you can continue to say that he was charming.
There was a sense to Diddy when you were with Diddy, and I think this is quite common with a lot of really bad people out there. There was a sense to Diddy that he made you feel special. He looked you in the eye. He showered you with gifts. And now looking back, I can see how manipulative it all was. But in the moment, he made everybody around him feel very special.
Rob Shooter, joining me from Naughty But Nice podcast, did you just say Diddy was not that talented?
He was not a natural singer. He was not a natural actor. He was not a natural musician. I don't think he plays an instrument. Yet he managed to make himself into the center of the music business. That comes with a certain amount of talent, with chutzpah, with ambition. But as far as traditional talents of a musical artist, he did not possess them.
Well, guess what? You're in good company. I guess you've heard of the renowned music producer, Quincy Jones. Listen.
Legendary music producer Quincy Jones passed away Sunday at the age of 91, and with his death, many are remembering his brutal opinion of Sean Diddy Combs. Jones said to artist Bruno Mars at a 2012 Spotify event that P. Diddy wouldn't know a B flat if it hit him. Jones describes Combs as a master marketer but a lackluster producer, moments after encouraging artists to really learn their craft. Jones later took to social media to say he didn't mean to diss the rapper and had nothing but love and respect for Combs and his achievements.
Right, nothing but love, but wouldn't know a B flat if it bit him in the neck. Joining me, Dr. Bethany Marshall, psychoanalyst joining us from LA, author of Deal Breaker. You can find her at drbethanymarshall.com and see her on Peacock. Dr. Bethany, here is the crux of what I'm getting at. While a grand jury is continuing to meet, you know what that means, Dr. Bethany? That means 20 to life on multiple charges. Each.
Wow.
That's what's happening right now.
Okay.
The feds are going to pull, I'm going to go to Joshua Ritter on this in just a moment. The feds are going to pull, as they should if they've got the evidence to support it, what we call a superseding indictment, which means you add to or change the existing indictment. So that's what I would be worried about right now behind bars, not my grilled cheese sandwich I had on my birthday, not whether Quincy Jones said I wouldn't know a B flat if it bit me in the neck, but I guarantee you, Bethany, that is what is consuming him right now.
I
doesn't
guarantee
matter.
it too. It does matter to him because P. Diddy only cares about his own bodily pleasures, whether it's food, sex, the clothing that he wears. He is a glutton. Okay. So of course he's going to be staring straight at that pasta marinara and wondering if the temperature is hot enough. He lives his life for food and sex. He snaps his fingers at 4 a.m. to get a birthday cake delivered to him. I guess Freud would use the term His Royal Highness the baby. He gets everything he wants. And you know, all that music, Nancy, I think of music as a way to share a message, share an emotional transformation you're going through so that you can help other people. Music for him was just a sell-through.
Okay, wait, put her up. Put her up. Bethany, you're telling me that Sean Combs, a.k.a. Diddy, a.k.a. Puff, a.k.a. Puffy, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. Love, and many more, created music to express his own deeply felt emotions?
I'm
Did
saying
you
the
just say
opposite.
that?
No, I'm saying the opposite.
Okay, go ahead,
I'm
please.
saying most artists, they express themselves through music because they want to move and inspire others. He used music to lure people in so he can rape them. It's a perversion of that whole art form. It's like if you painted a beautiful photo or painted a beautiful painting just to invite guests to a gallery opening so you could serve them champagne laced with drugs so you could rape them all at the end of the night. I think that's what Quincy Jones was referring to, not even knowing a B flat if it hit him in the face. Is that
Okay,
music?
Dr. Bethany, can I get us out of the weeds and back in the middle of the road? What does it mean when someone, such as in this case, is Sean Combs, is more worried about his birthday grilled cheese? He's sitting in the MDC. Nobody wants to be there. And he's angry he didn't get his usual birthday, I don't know, Fantasia. And he's
Nancy,
upset that Quincy Jones said he wouldn't know a B flat if it bit him in the neck. What does this mean? And could you please be concise? Because I'm trying to get into his head. I'm trying to understand where he's going to go at trial.
people who are disturbed operate at an infantile level. They are concerned about the things babies are concerned with. Babies are concerned with pooping and eating and being taken care of and coddled. And that's all he cares about. That's his psychopathology. He's primitive and infantile.